That time of year. It's that time of year where children go back to school and adults who have been on summer vacation go back to work. And there may be a little bit of an excitement to go back to school and wear your new outfit. There may be a little bit of an excitement to go back to work if you're bored and you've been on vacation for a while. But what there is a mental anxiety between you and showing up. And that wall in between that mental anxiety is fear. Fear of the things that you don't think you can do anymore. Because you haven't been to school a while, you get anxiety and you get fear that, I don't know if I can do this anymore. You haven't been in the office in a while, all the things pile up, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Showing up consistently is a life principle that will get you further than any degree. Tell it to your children before they worry about what school to pick. Tell them this life principle. Showing up consistently will make you succeed. If you can show up and if you can break that mental, emotional barrier every morning in life, whether it's getting to school or whether it's getting to work, if you can shatter that mental glass prison, then you've broken down another unhealthy emotional state that keeps people from growing. Many people get frozen. Many people get caught. I often talk about it, emotional or mental prisons. One form of a mental prison is fear and anxiety, self-doubt. You don't do something in a while, whether it's go to work or go to school. You don't do it in a while. And then now in between you and doing something is a mental barrier of fear and anxiety. There's anxiety because there's fear that you don't know if you can do it anymore. Or if you do have to do it, it's going to be too hard. I'm here to shatter that. I am here to expose and shed light on that from my own personal experience. That once you get back to something, whether it's back to work or whether it's back to school, you can do it. And then you look around and say, I got this. But the hardest part is every morning when you wake up getting there. It's the hardest part. Once you get there, you're good. So, life message. Don't hound on your kids about algebra. Don't hound on your kids about what college to select. Don't hound on yourself about, you want this promotion or you may start your own business or you may do this or that. Do all that planning, but just realize the hardest part in life, whether you start your own business, whether you change jobs, whether you change job positions, whether you stay in the same company but you change a different position within that company, the hardest part is going to be to show up. Because even if you stay with the same company but you change roles or you change departments, there's going to be a fear there. There's going to be a mental anxiety every day you wake up that, I don't know if I can do this. But then you start that new position, you realize, I can do this. And look, in life, you may change as you go. You may say, I like this, I don't like this, or maybe this isn't for me, it doesn't play to my strengths. That's a whole different conversation. But before you can get to that conversation about, playing to your strengths and refining yourself, you have to get to the point where you show up consistently. Because any manager, any lead, any employer will tell you before you even start giving people roles and responsibilities, you have to find reliable people. And reliable people are people that can break that mental barrier every morning and show up. If you can show up, you can figure all that other stuff out. Are you meant to be a project manager? Or, are you meant to be an engineer? Are you meant to be a fashion designer? Or are you meant to be, a book editor? All that stuff you refine as you go. Put all this pressure on children to decide by the age of 21 what you want to be. Screw that. Start something, show up every day, and you'll figure all that out. But don't start something, don't show up every day, and more fear, more anxiety, the higher the wall between you and accomplishment. Every morning in your life, you have to break that glass mental barrier. That if you can just get to where you need to be, if you could just show up, and if you could just prove yourself reliable, you will continually succeed and you will refine the position and the role in life that you were meant to be. But if you can't show up, if you can't break that mental barrier, it doesn't matter what you want to be. Doesn't matter if you want to own your own business. Doesn't matter if you want to be the president. Doesn't matter what. You're not gonna make it. You have to lose a debate if you're running for president. You have to lose a debate and then show up to the next debate. If you decide the mental barrier is too much to take, you're not going to go to the next debate. You won't end up being president or anything else. This applies to anything. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Successful people people that achieve in whatever manner success is for you, they show up every day. And people that don't show up every day, that they give into that mental barrier, and I have compassion on people, but that's why they don't succeed. Or that's why, they don't push forward in life. They just get frozen in time because that mental wall is just frozen them in their position. And it's very easy to happen when you haven't done something in a while, whether you haven't gone to work in a while, or when you haven't gone to school in a while, or you haven't done something in a while, you begin to question your ability to do something because you're not in that flow, you're not in that state. And so I just want to share with you that if you can break that mental barrier, you will be better off for it. You will be more emotionally healthy. And anytime that you get that mental fear and anxiety, you will remember this conversation that it's just a mental, emotional barrier. It's not an actual physical something that you should fear. Because once you get there, you'll figure it out. Life lesson. Never forget it. Showing up, being consistent, and being reliable will get you further than almost any degree in this world. Stay inspired.